The last setup I would like to share with you guys is AuddUSD. So AuddUSD played a lot of tricks last week actually. So I know a lot of traders around the Instagram community and whatnot. They had actually bought and entered a buy position over here because obviously it's a major level of support. Price pushed up, and then we immediately had a huge push to the downside, breaking below the previous low of this impulsive move. So I am now looking for a bearish continuation just because of this huge bearish shooting star. So we did have this huge wick thrown to the upside, and then a nice bearish body, and then a small wick at the bottom. So this is a candlestick pattern, a bearish shooting star. And obviously we would have to wait for the daily closure on this to confirm that we will indeed be pushing back towards the downside. So a daily closure, if we continue to push to the downside, we would then wait for the retest to occur and then a continuation back down. So obviously we would next, our next target would be 0.645, which is around, let me just measure this quickly, around 225 pips. Obviously this is our overall target, meaning we would not necessarily be closing or waiting for all this all this moves to occur and whatnot. We could be closing our trades, say 150, 125 pips and whatnot, and then look for a re-entry to our overall target of 0.645. So this is the first scenario that could take place. Is the most likely scenario is that we'll continue to push to the downside. The next scenario is because of this weekly candlestick and how you can see that although we did form a strong level of a strong bearish candlestick, we still form this mini wick over here, which does seem to be pretty big and almost the same size as the candlestick body. So I would like, as you guys can see, the candlestick body represents this move right here, and the wick represents this wick at the bottom, and the body would be considered around. Let me just fix this. Would be considered this right here. So the break below the low over here. So the break below this low and this wick is the bottom of that huge wick, and just this part of the candlestick is represented on the weekly time frame, so you guys can see and confirm that. But anyways, as I was saying, we would have to wait for price to continue to push to the downside for a potential short. But if price happens to come up and maintain within this zone, then I would not be interested in looking for a sell position just because of the immense bearish pressure that we have. It could just be a fake out, and we could be indeed looking for a potential move back towards the upside. And yeah, like that's pretty much it. We just have to look at both scenarios. But of course, I do want to mention that the more likely scenario is that we would be looking for a potential short opportunity, and I will be waiting for the daily closure to see how that closes, and if it closes in a good manner or in a rightful manner, we would be looking for a nice sell opportunity back towards the downside and overall target of 0.645.